This section describes a Next.js app router project that utilizes server components to fetch and display comments, as well as their details from the JSONPlaceholder API. It highlights the dynamic routing used for the comment details page and mentions the functionalities of the error.tsx and loading.tsx files for handling respective states. The motivation behind this project is to understand how to access item details using an app router, particularly in comparison to client components and the pages router. It poses critical questions regarding the differences and advantages of using the app router for such tasks. This section outlines the installation process of the project dependencies using package managers. Users can run pnpm-i or an alternative using npm to set up the project environment. Instructions to start the development server are provided. Running npm run dev will initiate the server for local development, providing an environment to test the application. This section is dedicated to discussing the overall structure of the code within the project. The relevant folder tree showcases the structure of the codebase, emphasizing the locations of key files like comments and details pages within designated folders, which is essential for organizing components in the project. An image illustrates the folder tree that highlights the comments folder containing page.tsx, as well as the details folder, also with its own page.tsx, to show how these components are organized. This segment explains the process of navigating from the comments page to a specific comments details page by using dynamic routing based on the comments ID. The provided code snippet demonstrates fetching comments and mapping them to navigable links, with each link composed based on the comment's specific ID within the URL. This part discusses how to consume the comment ID in the details page via parameters. It emphasizes that the ID in the iProps interface must match the name of the folder, ID. The code example illustrates how to utilize async functions to access these parameters elegantly and fetch specific comment data based on the retrieved ID. The demo section introduces visual representations of the project, providing context to the functionality that has been discussed in previous sections. This part visually represents the comments page, where fetched comments from JSONPlaceholder are displayed. Users can click on any comment text to navigate to the associated details page, demonstrating the dynamic routing feature in action. An image illustrates the comments page, giving a clear visual example of how comments are rendered and interactively link to their details pages. This section presents the comment details page, specifically displaying the fourth comment's details. It shows how users can navigate from the comments page to the details via dynamic routing, emphasizing the user experience. Points of interest within the project are introduced, potentially exploring deeper functionality and design choices made throughout the application. This part compares client and server components, especially regarding type enforcement. It explains that using a client component requires fetching the ID from the router query, which can enforce types, whereas server components allow type enforcement through interfaces, iProps. This distinction emphasizes the benefits of using server components in Next.js. The benefits of using server components are elaborated upon, particularly in streamlining error and loading state management with the error.tsx and loading.tsx files, thus simplifying the development experience. This part contrasts the app router with the pages router, indicating that the latter uses files for dynamic routing, while the former employs folders to organize routes, demonstrating a significant structural difference important for routing in Next.js.